You follow the best templates and you follow the best strategies, but still you get low scores or less scores in PT writing. Ever wondered why? Don't give the PT exam again and again, wasting a lot of money without looking at these 9 secrets about the PT writing. In the end, I will give you the link to download all the materials that I am discussing in this video. Hey everyone, Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE, and I hope you all are doing good. I heard Pappu is also doing some writing practice today. Let's hear it out from him. Yes sir, I am writing everything, but they are wronging everything for me. Hey, Pappu, we are talking about writing, not right or wrong. Anyways, PT writing is covered by 6 modules, not just 2. And we are going to look at each of them in this video and how to master the techniques to get your desired scores in PT writing. So hit subscribe and watch this video about 9 secret techniques to boost your PT writing scores. And if you are still struggling, unable to get your scores, better join a course directly under my guidance so I can help you more closely. Not only we are going to learn about the 9 secrets related to your PT writing, but we'll also explore some of the blunders that the other YouTubers are giving to you and you are just using, especially the templates, and they are working negatively for you in the exam. So let's find out what those 9 secrets are. We'll look at it one by one. First things first, in order to attack any module in the PT exam, you need to understand what it is. First of all, how many modules or how many questions are covered in that particular section. In this video, we are talking about PT writing. So it's very important that you understand the mark distribution for it. And then understand each of the questions, how they work, so that you attack those questions in the right way in the exam. As you can see on the screen, write from dictation. It contributes heavily to your writing scores. Although it's not a writing task, it is the last task of the listening section. But as you can see, it can contribute 30 to 40 marks to your writing as well. The next heavyweight is the reading, writing, fill in the blanks. This is from a reading section. So reading section also, this question contributes around 25 to 30 marks in your exam. Another module to contribute heavily for your writing section. The third one is also essays, contributing around 15 marks in total for each of the essay. If you get 2 in the exam, then it will multiply. Whereas listening, fill in the blanks, again another listening question, also contributes 10 to 15 points in your exam. Each of the question can carry around 5 marks. So 10 to 15 points from listening, fill in the blanks. So 2 questions from the listening section, 1 question from the reading section. Quite a great deal to your writing scores. So if you were not aware of this, then make sure you also include these as part of your preparation and boosting your writing scores. The other 2 we already know. The other one again is from a listening section. The first question from the listening section is summarize spoken text, and you are asked to summarize an audio in writing. It contributes around 10 points per question. If you get 2 questions, then you get 20 points. And this one we already know, this is a writing question. Essays and summarize written text are part of the writing module. Part 1 of the exam, where you get the speaking questions first and then the writing part. So these 2 questions will appear there. And summarize written text can contribute around 7 points to your writing scores. Of course, this is only for writing, essay is only for writing, but the other modules that you see here, write from dictation, contributes to your listening as well. Reading, writing, fill in the blanks contributes to your reading as well. Listening, fill in the blanks, summarize spoken text also contributes to your listening scores. So now you know the mark distribution. Now let's see how we tackle these individual questions by learning the secret ways. The first one is write from dictation. Improve your listening powers, you have to train your brain so that you are more familiar with the way the native speakers are speaking the language. Okay, it's not the same way as you and me are speaking, but they will have more influence of their own accents, and that is what you need to understand first. In the exam, if you are still trying to figure what words were spoken, then you are not trying to understand the audio, and that is the main drawback. So for that, you need to listen every day. You need to get to a stage from where you are not trying to understand individual words spoken in the audio, but you are actually trying to understand the meaning. So that is definitely going to help you. If you are able to listen every day and if you are able to understand the audio, what is being discussed, then you are one step further or ahead of the other people who are still trying to understand the words. And believe me, this is going to work wonders for you. So understand the meaning. What is the meaning of the sentence? If you understand that, you will remember it more easily. And the second step to further boost your preparation is when you listen, you write down the initials. Okay, each letter or each two letters of each of the word that you heard. And since this doesn't require you to straight away write down like repeat sentence where you have to speak immediately after the audio is spoken, you get some time. So you can still scribble writing the notes. What is the notes is the initials for each of the words. And then don't forget about the extra word strategies. You do need to append these words. These are prepositions, conjunctions and articles. So by any chance, if you miss these words while trying to listen to the audio, if you get any of the words matching, you will get the points for those words. Believe me. Okay, let's do one question and you listen and try to note it down. I will put a text box here so we can also capture what the initials will be.
The due date for the initial assignment is September 14th.
So I noted some of the initials that I heard. I think most of it I heard. I'll just zoom it a bit. So this is what I heard from the audio. Now what was the audio? Let's listen to it again.
The due date for the initial assignment is September 14th.
Now these are I that I have written, not L. So maybe I typed it in capital letter. It should be in smaller letters. So the audio was the due date for the assignment for the initial assignment is September 14th, something like that. If you don't remember the words, like the extra words, sometimes you miss the preposition. So when you add those words in the end and put a full stop after it, so if I missed any of the word like for or is was mentioned here, if I missed that part, or if I missed the for part or the part, you see all those words are here, and even if you miss them, they will be added to your score. So writing down the initial, understand the audio. The audio was talking about due date for the initial assignment September 14th. So I caught the words and I understood it. And that's why I was able to reproduce it with more certainty. Don't worry about the prepositions and these things because we are adding them in the extra words, and that is the way you can get a hell lot of marks for this particular question. Don't ignore the extra words strategy, and of course maintain or improve your levels to the level where you are not listening at the words, trying to figure out what word was spoken, but you actually comprehend, understand the audio. That is the secret way of solving this question. The next one is reading, writing, fill in the blanks. This is a very complicated question for many of you because it requires context, understanding of the context. It requires a decent amount of vocabulary from you and also grammar techniques. So I have been sharing grammar videos, vocabulary videos, as well as spelling videos that I'm going to cover for the listening fill in the blanks. Please watch them on regular basis because for vocabulary, I'm sharing the words which are repeated in these type of questions on a monthly basis. So these are going to help you accumulate the words that are coming right now in the exam. So focus on the exam. I can give you hundreds and thousands of words, but it's not necessary that those words will come to you in the exam. So if you focus on the words that are relevant to the exam, then you are one step closer. And believe me, you need to have a decent vocabulary knowledge, because what happens in the end, when students go to the exam, they don't understand the words. They don't understand the meaning of the words. And then lastly, you resort to guesswork. So that's what happened when you are just doing guesswork versus when you actually know the meanings. Okay, let's see this example, what exactly it is doing. Researchers recently dashed strong evidence that the great white sharks in the Australia waters originate from different parts of the world. Recently means something happened in the past. Now, do you see a trap? You find evidence, right? That's the correct usage, and we fall into that trap. But if you see the context and the grammar, it is hinting you that you have to use a past tense. And you see there are three words that are in the past tense. Why only find is there in the present tense? To put a trap for you. You know the find is the most relevant word and you straight away choose it without looking at the grammar. So don't fall for these traps. Look at the grammar, look at the context. We'll also see how to apply the context here. Now, what is the closest word that is related to find? Invent. Now, you don't invent evidence. You don't create evidence. Uncovered is like finding. So that is the closest word that is related to find, and that is the best answer in this case because it is in past tense. Recently uncovered. Not recently find, recently found. If found would have been a word here, that would be a better answer. Next question. These findings dash the well-established theory that these sharks are native to Australia. Now, what are these findings doing? In order to answer this part of the question, you need to understand the previous part as well. So the first sentence was saying that they originate from different parts of the world, but these findings dash the well-established theory that they are native to Australia. Now, are they talking the same thing? If you don't understand the first sentence, which is the context here, it is impossible to solve the second question. So now I understand that they are talking about the opposite sides. So proved, indicate, these are on the positive sides. But it is not talking about the positive side, it is talking about the opposite side. Okay, if I said positive by mistake, excuse me for that. But what I mean to say, it's talking about the opposite side. So contradict and false are the two words that are talking about the opposite side. Now see the usage. These findings false the well-established theory. Not used in the correct way. Falsify could have been a better word. So contradict is the best word that fits the meaning, fits the context, fits the grammar. And that's how you solve the reading, writing, fill in the blanks, a very important contributor to your writing scores. If you're really struggling with your writing scores, write from dictation, we have already done. The next one is reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Please make sure you focus on this. I have lots of videos that I've shared on this topic, how to solve this efficiently and effectively. Please have a look at them on our channel. The fourth secret technique that we are going to discuss, and wait for the sixth one, which will show you the blunders that you are doing, which I mentioned you before as well. So let's move on to the fourth secret, which is talking about the listening fill in the blanks. Again, a very heavy contributor to your writing scores, not just listening. And for listening fill in the blanks, to master this, only one thing is very, very important, which is spellings. If you don't get the spellings right, then there is no point in listening properly or whatever the words you understood. If you can't spell it right, you are not getting the points. As simple as that. So that's why I have been making spelling videos every month to focus on the spellings that are appearing in the exam. And if you are able to watch the last couple of months as well, then you will see some of the words are repeated or very similar. And I'm also teaching you the spelling patterns, how to crack it. And we are going to apply one of the spelling patterns that I've taught on this exam question. It's a very old exam question, but I've just shared you to show that it's still happening. Even in the last spelling video that I shared on YouTube, you can see how many times we were able to use the spelling pattern if we are aware of it. So make sure you watch the 10 ultimate spelling tricks for the PT exam that covers that point. Grammar can also help you and context can also help you. So who says only spelling is important? I say that grammar can also help you. If you get confused or if you are looking at the context as well, that also can help you. Let's see this example and then you will understand what I'm trying to say here. Let's listen to the audio and try to figure out the words.
It takes a lot of fuel to launch something into space. Sending NASA's space shuttle into orbit required more than 3.5 million pounds of fuel, which is about 15 times heavier than a blue whale.
Okay, now you heard the audio. What is the first blank? Some people just write it as lunch, L-U-N-C-H, but the word over here is launch. So if you see, now if I can apply the grammar, it takes a lot of fuel to dash something into space. It is doing an action here, whereas lunch is food. Okay, it's a noun. Launch something is making more sense. And what is the spelling of launch? L-A-U-N-C-H. That is the spelling of launch, not lunch. A-U, just like Australia, begins with A-U, Australia. So that's how you apply the spelling here, launch, not lunch. And the second one, which is about 15 times heavier than a blue whale. Heavier, what is the spelling of heavier? If you know the spelling of heavy, H-E-A-V-Y, then how will I convert it into heavier? You know the spelling trick. The same video that I was talking to you about covers this point. Y is replaced with I-E-R if there is no vowel before Y. So V appears before Y in heavy. It's not a vowel. So that's why when we are adding any prefix replacing Y, it will be replaced with IE. Same thing happens with pluralizing. Heavy, heavies. Okay, if you are just trying to do that, there's no such word. But heavy, heavier, heaviest. All of these will have IE there instead of Y. So now you know how spelling can help you, how the grammar can help you, and how the context can help you. Using the context, I was able to figure out that this is not lunch. Of course, even the grammar also helped me to say that a verb is going to fit here, not a noun. Okay, and the last one was the spelling trick. So now you know the secret to solve the listening fill in the blanks. Let's move on to the next one, which is essay writing. How can we forget about essay writing? Very, very important point. Very, very important topic in your writing. Please be aware of the one keyword templates. Every now and then people ask me about the same type of templates. Sir, can you please check my template? And if I see the template, the template will look like this. And over here, there will be one option. Over here, 3 places they will ask you to put topic, topic, topic. These are one keyword templates. Very, very bad for your scores. If you are using these kind of templates, forget about going past 60 if you're lucky. You can get around 45, 50 if you don't make any further mistakes in that. So that's why don't use these kind of templates. They were working a long time back, but not anymore, especially after the PTE software was updated. These templates don't work anymore. So please stop using those kind of templates. Simpler templates you can use if you are not targeting a very high score, because simpler templates will still ask you to write some things, some phrases in it, but it won't ask you to do it a lot of times. So you can still avoid making those grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes if you're writing on your own comparatively to the simpler templates. You also provide the simpler templates, but not these kind of templates which just ask you to put the topic, 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 and the essay is done. No. So grammar and spelling is of utmost importance everywhere, whatever topic you see. Spelling is always important in writing. Grammar is always important in writing as well as reading. I've shown you n number of videos how we have applied the grammar tricks on the exam questions to solve the questions within 1 minute or 2 minutes of time. That is possible if you perfect your techniques. And then if you are aiming for a 79 plus score, you are expected to write, let's say around 250 words that you have written in the essay. You have to write around 70 to 80 words original from your side. That is the originality score I have been talking about when I talked about the PTE software, how it works for writing. So originality score is compared to the template, because whatever templates you are using, it's already in the PTE system, right? They know this is the common template that people are using. So then it's able to check how much original words that you have used. I'll show you a template that we use and our students use, and you see there are many occasions in this where it is asking you to provide wordings from your own side. Okay, topic is repeated in 2 places, main keyword from the topic. But if you watch this video properly, you will see that I am asking you even to paraphrase the topics in some places. Watch the video, latest video on 2024 for essay writing. it will explain you this template with an example and talk about everything else. So if I start talking about essays in this video, then it will get lengthy. Okay, so I'm just trying to show you that these kind of templates will help you to get to a 90 score or at least 79 plus score. The more original things you write, even wherever I have put the topic, you try to paraphrase, say the same thing but in different words. So let's say the topic is online shopping versus physical shopping. So you say online shopping is better than physical shopping in one place. The other place you say online shopping is beneficial than physical shopping. In the other way, you can reverse it. You can say it, physical shopping is worse than online shopping. I'm talking the same thing, but I'm just paraphrasing it into different manner. And that's how you fool the PTE. I'm not saying fool the PTE, but you convince the PTE that I am capable of writing things. Even if you give me the same topic, I can write it in hundreds of different ways. And that is the trick. Now coming to the most important part of this video. Please be aware of these kind of templates. These snapshots that you see here have been captured from the two biggest YouTube channels on the YouTube for PT exam. And you are not at fault because when you search on the YouTube, they give you these videos because they are the top brands, right? So that's why YouTube promotes the top brands, not low level people like us. We'll get there, but I'll always teach you the right way. Now, if you see, we clearly observed some grammar mistakes in the templates that they have been teaching, and students are following them in the exam and never succeeding. So this is an example of summarize spoken text template. Explained about, mentioned about. You go to any grammar website like grammarly.com, type a sentence, I mentioned about something, and it will straight away show you a red mark under about. About is only used with talked. I talked about something. So the same thing you can see in this template as well. Discuss about. This is again wrong. In this template, two occasions of wrong or faulty problems in the template, and this one again one occasion. So if you are going in the exam with these kind of templates, you're already losing points for grammar. So please be cautious. Please, this is your exam, your money. Whatever template, even our template, you put it on a grammar website, free websites, and then you check the grammar, whether the template is correct or not. Okay, and then you start using those templates. So don't follow them blindly. Do your own due diligence before you start using it. And also focus on the extended and short writing. This is also applicable in all the writing questions like essays, summarize spoken text especially. Extended writing is that you are able to make longer sentences, complex sentences, phrases, writing phrases on your own. So the template will have one part and the other part you have to make it a phrase. The short writing is just using the keywords. So the template that we offer for summarize spoken text, you can see on one occasion, on the first occasion there is a phrase, there is another phrase, third phrase and fourth phrase. In the remaining places I am just asking you to put keywords. So this is what? A combination of extended writing and short writing. So these two occasions we used short sentences, the other places we are using phrases. So that is the combination you also need to apply, and of course copy this template and put on Grammarly and check whether I have given you the correct way or not. The correct grammar, correct spellings, everything. It's your exam. Do your homework before you start using it. Let's move on to the seventh secret, which is summarize written text. Now, copy paste technique, combining two sentences together, does it work or not? Yes, it works. But what happens sometimes that if you are choosing some of the sentences which may or may not have the important keywords from the passage, then you get lower scores for your content part. So that is one risk there. You can avoid that risk by using a template of this type that I show you to you on the screen. One sentence and you see all the K1 to K9 are the keywords that you need to pick from the passage. You get 10 minutes to solve this question, enough time to understand the passage. Only 2 to 3 minutes it will take, only around 300 words. Okay, so you understand the passage, which are the main keywords that I want to use. Okay, and then try to avoid using verbs. So as you can see, in this is an extract of keywords from a passage, and when you search for this summarized written text topic on our channel, you will find this template there and the passage. All the proper nouns, country name, name of the places, name of the oceans, name of people will be in capital letters wherever they are used. Like see, even it is in the middle of sentence, I am still using a capital letter here. So proper nouns will always remain capital, and the remaining places I have not used any verbs here. All are nouns or some other kind of words like adjectives or adverbs, but don't use verb, because in verbs, when you use verbs, you have to make sure they agree with the grammar consistency of the sentence, like ing or past tense. So you have to look at the sentence, how the template is written, and then you have to put the words. So if you are confident in using the verbs, then you can do that. But I would not advise you if you are trying to just trying to use this task as an easy tool. Okay, so these are the easy way of doing things, but be careful not to choose the verb. And when you are using the copy paste techniques, it's easier, much easier, but be careful in choosing the sentences so that it captures the essential keywords relevant to the passage. That's how you solve the question. And then we move on to the secret number 8. What is it? Punctuations, very important. Punctuations are also applicable in your speaking. Why are punctuations used? Have you ever wondered? Punctuations, commas, full stop. Ask the reader to take a pause. Make some expression when they are reading it. Okay? So that's what it is. For writing, you never write it in all capitals. Complete no-no. I have seen some comments on YouTube. Some people have done that. And you will absolutely get a full 0 for any question if you write all of the things in capital letters. Double spacing. While typing in a speedily manner, especially in essays, you are only having 20 minutes and you are typing a lot of things. Some people are slow typists, so because of that they are under stress of the time, and sometimes they make typo errors like double spacing. So make sure you have at least 2 minutes in the end to review your responses. Make sure that if by chance any spaces that you put twice, you remove one of them. And be careful, this is a common observation that I have seen in many students. You may also be doing the same. Space after comma and full stop. That is the correct way of using these. There should not be any space before comma. So this is wrong. There should not be any space before comma. There should be a space after comma. So if I put a comma here, I am expecting a space here. Sorry, that's not very clear. I'll put it here. So all, and then space is there, and then you put capitals. So that is the usage of full stops and commas. And also it is applicable in read aloud heavily. Commas, you pause at the commas, you pause at the full stops. Question marks, why they are put? So that you raise your voice, so that you raise your intonation a little bit. These are the expressions that are given for the readers, and that's why we use punctuations. Very important. Please follow it in the exam. It will avoid some easy errors that you are making. Okay, and the secret number 9, which is the last one, please never compromise on the word count. Word count for essays is 200 to 300 words. For write from dictation, there is no word count. That's why we are able to use extra word strategies. And also I forgot to include 1 point for write from dictation. Even if you're not sure about some of the spellings, you write all the possible combinations for those words. So whichever is correct will be picked by the PT software, and it will give you the correct points. Summarize spoken text 50 to 70 for PT academic. Summarize written text 5 to 75. So for PT core, it's like only 20 to 30 words for summarize spoken text and around 50 words for summarize written text. So whichever exam you are taking, make sure you follow the word count. And in summarize spoken text in PT academic, if you write below 40 words, then you get a straight 0. Overall, it will not even check your response. Same thing with the essays. If you write less than 140 words and more than 380 words, then you will get a complete 0. It will not even check your response. So make sure you always reach this word limit. Some of the people I know, you are not able to write the whole thing, write the whole template because you are a really slow typist. So in those cases, just copy and repeat the sentence, some of the sentences or paragraph, so that at least you reach the word count. Okay, so do that and then it will do wonders for you. Now you know all the tricks that you need to apply for your PT writing, and absolutely this is going to boost your scores. The reasons, the questions that you have been asking me, why am I getting low scores in writing? This is your answer. You definitely now know what the 9 secrets are for PT writing. Time to put them into action and be successful in the PT exam. To further elevate your scores in PT writing, you need two things: to improve your spellings as well as your vocabulary. 10 ultimate tricks for PT spellings and 5 expert tips on PT vocabulary will get you there. WhatsApp us if you need to join our course, and keep watching Edutrainex and you will get closer to your PT scores with every video and every learning that you do with us. See you soon.